Saint Germain, Ancient Line Mystery School. You know, at this point, there is so much evidence that substantiates the evidence of actual living and breathing monsters. I'm not going to even just go off of my own testimony and my own experiences and excursions with the paranormal and metaphysical things that exist all around us. But, you know, there's no conspiracy theory to scapegoat, or there is no promotion of fear when I'm speaking on these things. I can't seem to deviate from the topic because of what I've experienced and seen with my own eyes. And like anyone else in my research, I went through my stages of saying, man, the Bible is not real. Of course, probably the names may not, but I believe that a lot of these myths are only distorted memories that were written down, but they come from a source of truth. And then I found out the understanding of what could be allegorical, but what interests me the most, particularly, is Abraham and He's a Chaldean, a stargazer, Phoenician background as well, with his nephew Lot. First, when these angels came, they came and basically in a breakdown, they told Lot, they told Abraham that if they could find at least 50 people in the city, they could spare it, but they were going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And then they came to the point to where they couldn't even find 50. And then Abraham, or Ibrahim as they would say in the Quran, was asked if they could at least find, I think it even went down to 20. They couldn't even find that. Then it got down to 5. And they still couldn't find a whole city of people, anybody that was worthy enough for the Most High to show his mercy. So of course they went on to Lot, his nephew, and when they came in the city, the people of Sodom were very, very perverted, sick, gender confusion, all of those things that are going on now, just like in the days of Noah, just like in the days of Abraham and Lot, as the scriptures say. Scriptures that might be myth or might be truth, it don't matter. The story makes sense to me because in this story, when the angels came to destroy the city, at one point Lot and his family was permitted to leave, but in the midst of it, perversion had took over and the angels had to strike some of the inhabitants of the city with blindness. I believe that the daughter was also a part of the same abominations of the city. Or no, the daughter survived, but the wife, when they were told to go out the city and don't look back, the wife looked back, and only Lot and his 2 daughters made it. One of them would later on go and make the tribe of Moabites, which is connected to the Moors, but that's a whole different story. My point is, the wife looked back and she was turned to salt, limestone, or stone, or however a lot of these memories, distorted memories and myths go. But my point is, once she has seen all that destruction taking place, what made the wife look back? And why couldn't they in the whole city find anybody worthy enough of sparing the whole city? And of course we know the city was destroyed by meteorites, and such like that. There's different versions of it. But in a nutshell, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed based on its behavior. And it's not so hard to doubt now because I see many cities in America, all worldwide, that are very similar to these cities explained, Sodom and Gomorrah, how they say in Rome, these men committed perversions and things like that. But conspiracy theory is a scapegoat. So, the sword is awareness. So now if you are still openly saying it's not true, or you don't think that things are taking place, the images that you see in Hollywood and all of the gender confusion taking place and wickedness and blood sacrifice, at this point, if you don't understand that monsters really do exist, abominations do walk the earth, and that they have normalized these things to make it seem normal, then I have to question who sent you. Because I'm going to tell you this. At this point, I can honestly say this without judgment. If you in Hollywood, man, you're a part of it. If you like gender confusion, or you feel like that perversion should be normalized, if you're concerned about what somebody else has, if you care about what another person is driving or how much money another person has, you're probably one of the people that look back like Lot's wife, whether it's allegorical or true or not. You look back because you are still stuck in the secular realm of illusion. If you're concerned with what somebody else is doing in their relationship, if you care what Papoose and Remy Ma and Clarissa Shields, if that's a deep concern to you, then most likely you'll look back. You won't be able to leave the world of illusion, of neurochips in your head, because you won't be able to leave the illusion alone. You still believe Jerry Springer is real. And even if you know it's not real, you're still entertained. Entertainment is definitely a program. At this point, I mean, it just doesn't make no sense. You either see it or you don't. And this is not even talking down. And I'm also talking to myself. If I find myself caught up and concerned with what somebody else got, the only thing I want somebody to know I have is motherfucking surveillance. That's all you need to know that I have personally. Because I freely give information from my heart and mind. Because I want for you what I want for myself. Yeah, so at this point, there is too much evidence that substantiates in our books and all of these distorted memories of the past or history written. Everything has been revealed to us in 2025. There's no longer any doubt. So you know better. You know better. Stop denying your discernment. Stop ignoring that all of them did it. All of them. It ain't nobody that's honorable, and loyalty is even an illusion, because they'll appear loyal to the people, but they really filling their pockets, man. Because they ain't nothing but actors and crisis actors, They're all a part of the illusion. So is there anybody worthy that's not going to look back? Because I feel like I'm leaving the city very soon, and I won't look back. And I don't even need no daughters with me to repopulate the earth. I don't want nobody if y'all want to look back. Because, going below radar and, just observing and watching, because we are the watchers. That's what we was originally here to do. To observe and understand. Because as I always say, it's prison term or university. And it's always a test. Anybody that's looking back or still caught with the secular, worried about what somebody else got, they're a security breach. And you don't have to listen to me, you'll see for yourself. Ancient Nine Mystery School.